What's going on, guys? I'm Brendon Cotner, one of JT's buddies. I work with him. Of course, you guys can see service trucks over there. We're both skid loader techs at John Deere, and we kind of became buddies over that. And he was, of course, the guy that started the Lake of the Ozark truck show, and I brought my truck up there and talked to him and everything, and kind of introduced myself there. And then he randomly moved down to Missouri here and started working with me at John Deere. So we've been talking ever since, and we've kind of got to know each other quite a bit, pretty good here lately. So, but I'm sure you guys have seen my truck. It's this truck right here. It's a 93 single cab. I'm pretty sure he's got it on there as the opener for the video right now, doing a burnout. And it's just a LS swap truck. It's got a NV4500 in it. It's a 5-speed truck. A little rough on the inside, but don't worry about that. We're about to fix all this. So I got all the sheet metal and everything in the basement. We'll get it all fixed up and looking good before too long. So, but this is the truck. I'm sure we could do a little bit more video on this if you guys would like. I can go over it and everything of that nature if you guys would like. It's a 6-liter with a cam. No big deal. But as you can tell, we're pretty much all about the LS power around here. Girlfriend's car. It's a LS3. It's got a pretty big cam in it. It's got a F35 Texas speed cam in it, and it's pretty rowdy for what it is. It's a TR6060 car, so she's pretty tough. Not gonna lie. Most girls don't want to drive 6 speeds, especially with a big cam in it that will buck you all down the road if you don't know what you're doing. But we got this car for you guys. We're probably gonna do. It's been sitting in the shop. Probably, I'd say this thing's been in the garage here for 22 years now. I'm 22, almost 23, and hasn't moved much since. We got Pops over there walking around the shop. We got old Dusty. As you can tell, there's my El Camino in the background. We're all about the G-bodies around here. So, but the car's pretty clean. It's got of course, the typical headliner sag here in the interior. So, the interior is actually really clean. They always kept good care of it. We are missing one interior piece, but I think we actually got one for it somewhere around here. Interior definitely needs clean. We got all the gauges should work and everything like that. Mom bought the car in '92. It's had 68,000 miles on it, I want to say, when she bought it. I think now it says 122 or 123,000, so she put about 60,000 miles on it herself. The car is a factory 305 high output 700 R4. It's got the 10 bolt in it. It's got the 8.5 10 bolt in it. It's got 373 gears. It's actually, I ran the RPO codes on it. It's got a GT4 RPO code, which means it's got 373 gears in it. It also has a G80 locker in it from the factory. So all numbers matching car here. Nothing's really too rusted on it. We are missing a center cap, which who isn't, but we probably got one of those sitting around here somewhere. But car works so far. Everything works all right. We've actually went up to the local hardware store, got a battery. We went up to Farm and Homes, of course, bought a cheap battery on it. The car really don't have many dents. I'd say only dent it's got is right there on the hood. Back in the mid-90s, trucks didn't have to have bumpers on it, and they found a bumper right there with it. So, but the car is actually really, really nice. It's just a little dusty. Ain't never hurt nobody. But what we are going to try to do is we are going to try to get this thing running. We're going to try to get it out. Missouri's actually cooperating with us this week. It's probably 45 degrees out today, so we're going to try to get this thing running. get it outside, wash it, and then maybe do a little bit of a rehab video on it, kind of like JT did with the Scamp there. He got it and it was out of a barn, which the barn I'm pretty sure he got it out was a dirt floor shop. This one's a little bit in better shape than that. It's got concrete underneath it at least. But I'd say we probably last time this thing was running was probably 10 or 11 years ago. We take it up to the end of the road, about a mile up the road, turn around, come back. Probably don't have, but maybe 10 miles on it in the past 22 years. So we're gonna see if we can get it started. I'm sure we started up and ran it here. Reason for parking it was I've got a sister. Mom was packing 2 kids around in it, so we packed 2 kids and herself, and Dad took over driving for it for a little while and drove back and forth to work. And he actually was a construction worker and was building houses and building pole barns out of it, so he kept it pretty clean doing that. He put extra carpet in it to keep the floorboard and the carpet in there nice, and made sure he never got in it too dirty. So, but we are going to try to get this thing running. If the gas gauge is right, we've got the battery hooked up to it. If the gas gauge is right, it's got no gas in it. So I'm going to try to dump some gas in it. We probably got about 5 gallons of good fuel here, and we're going to see if it'll run off the tank. If it don't, then we know what we got to do. We got to drain the tank, clean it out. No big deal. It's been sitting for a while, so probably got a little bad gas in it, but hopefully old Quadrajet stays together. So we're going to get this video turned around for you. Dad's probably going to be helping me, of course. We need a key guy, and we need some guy dumping the fuel in the carburetor. It's like any other thing. But we did, like I said, we hooked the battery up to it, and we actually were messing with it. The windows do go down, but they go slow, of course, so we'll probably have to clean that up a little bit, make sure the tracks are nice and smooth. And I mean, other than that, it's just little stuff, but the majority of it's here. So we're going to try to get it running. And they parked it because it had a leaking water pump, I think, and the exhaust was coming off of it. So, and of course, you can't fit a family of 4 in a sports car. So here we are. We're going to try to get her going, and I'm going to get the camera flipped around here. So here we go. Just like that. See if it'll idle. It almost seemed like it wanted to idle. Seem like the one that idle itself. It's got everything closed. See if it'll idle. Yeah. Well. Just like it. Seemed like it started, we barely dumped probably a couple ounces of gas in it, and it seemed like it ran off. It almost made us seem like a liar. You guys probably aren't going to believe us, but this thing's been definitely sitting for, it's been sitting for at least 10 years, at least, because last time we drove it, it was gravel. And I can prove to you that, because if you look inside this fender here, Mom took me up to the end of the road when I was like 10. That's all gravel slop. And they paved this road when I was 14, and I am now 23, so at least 9-10 years ago. So, and they put gravel on it and rock on it for a year before then, so hell, it might even be 11 years. But there it is. We did try to preserve it pretty well. We parked it here with almost empty on the fuel, just enough so we could put it in the garage. But put some fresh 93 octane in it. We put probably 4 gallons in it, I'd say. I mean, went up and got some fuel this morning. And I mean, there's still quite a bit of fuel in here. But we put probably 2-3 gallons in it. And it seems like it was drawing from the tank. I mean, it ran for probably, a minute or so. But hell, reach over the passenger side and try to start it. Seemed to fire up. They didn't even touch the gas. You can hear exhaust is leaking. It looks like it's probably coming out of the mufflers, but I can't believe it's sitting here idling. Quadrajet seems like it's holding up. I mean, it's not leaking fuel out of the accelerator pump or anything like that. 100% factory car. I mean, we checked the oil and everything. Of course, me and JT have been trying to get this video for probably 2 weeks now, but I got the COVID, so I got the COVID a while back, and with his newborn, he didn't want to come over here, which is totally understandable, but finally got around to getting it done. He's said he was going to call it a day. Here we are. We decided to come out here since it was a nice day. It's actually supposed to snow by the end of the week, so it's running. There's my frowny face I drew when I was 10 years old. The car just sat. It's got a little bit of a smoke, but I'm sure the little oil sitting on top of the pistons after a while. The old typical small block Chevy valve seals. So we got a little bit of a oil smoke and dust smoke coming off everything up here, but hell, well, let's look at the gauge clutch to see how that looks. Looks like the tach's working. Fuel gauge still says empty. We got, looks like just over 35-40 pounds of oil pressure. Temperature gauge, of course, hasn't moved. Yeah, it says it's got 27,373 miles on it, and of course, they rolled over that 100,000 mile mark. They did put a aftermarket radio in it, but we got the factory one in the back, so everything seems to work here pretty good. We got all the lights and everything. There's that obnoxious beeper, but probably gonna start it up. Open up the garage doors, of course, because it's a little smoky in here. Open up the garage doors and air it out. We're gonna put some transmission fluid in it, make sure transmission fluid's good. We're gonna probably put the air cleaner back on it just to keep the water out of it, but we're gonna go wash this baby, see if we can bring back the paint. So I got me a Rupes buffer, and we're gonna go to town on it, see what we can get to look like. So wish us luck. Here we go. See if we can get this old truck started up. It's probably been a month or so since we started it. It's gonna smoke a little bit and probably hammer, but who cares? It's got an LS motor for it. I'll probably have to show you guys that later. Oh boy. well, got this thing all cleaned up. Took a little bit longer than expected, but it's got that much dust on it and crud on it. You can't really do much more about it. I guess it's a little bit colder out here than I thought, because the soap started to ice up on me. You can see it's starting to ice up as it is, but the paint cleaned up pretty good. I mean, you can finally see out the windows. Car is coming along. I know we're kind of going a little fast with this one, but I've been trying to get this thing going for a long time, so I've had all my ducks in a row. So we got it cleaned up. I'm gonna try to get it cleaned up real good, buffed, and bring this paint back. I know the clear coat on it, of course, is starting to have those like spider webs in it and the cracking in it. I'm gonna try and get that stuff all cleaned up and see if I can get it to come back out of there. Probably isn't going to look the best, but I bet you it's going to look pretty good. So, nice little sunset in the video for you here. But I know it's wet, but I plan that's what it looks like when I get it all buffed out. I hope it's pretty shiny, and I feel like the sides are going to turn out pretty damn good, but I don't think the top's going to, I mean, it'll probably turn out definitely better than it is, but really the only thing that's bad is the trunk lid, the roof, and the hood. But the hood does have that dent in it, so I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know if I'm going to try to find a replacement for it, or see if I can get a 2-inch cowl hood or something. But you can see that dent comes across this corner, and it really gets caught up right there. The hood still closes fine and everything, but I'm just kind of picky with everything, so I'd rather have a new hood on it. But well, got a little bit of a loose exhaust, but we're here. I'm gonna try and run it up the road, see if it got all the gears. I mean, I put a couple more gallons of gas in it, so seems like it's idling all right. The throttle, I did notice, was sticking a little bit. This is like probably up around 1500 RPM, but when it comes back to idle, but it does all right. We'll see how it goes. We're gonna go try it. Come with. We were messing with it the other day. Even the heater starts working. See if it gets warm enough and actually starts blowing some air. End up topping the transmission fluid off. I don't know if we videotaped that, but oh, speedometer's moving a little bit now. Yeah, I'm sure it's a cable issue. Oh, second. Defrost is working. Look at that. We're gonna go on the third without being too dangerous. I don't want to shift to the third. That's okay. I'm sure it's still a little low impressed. It's been at least 10 years. Even the interior in the back's good. No tears in the back seat from the kids. Headliner, of course, a little droopy and dusty. But I'm surprised the heat's even working. The temperature gauge is yet to move, but the heat's working, so that's a plus. Other than that, I think she's pretty solid. I mean, I'm impressed it's held up this well. I mean, we have taken pretty good care of it. So you can hear the exhaust. One of the mufflers is rotted out. It's bouncing on the frame rail back here, but other than that, it did it pretty damn good. I'm impressed. I'll probably keep saying that. Even got all the tail lights, license plate lights. Pretty sure the side marker lights are bulbs are burnt out, but we'll get those put back in. We do have a headlight bulb that's cracked and stuff, and we are missing one of these marker lights. The bulb's on, of course, but we're missing the plastic housing, and I think we actually have it. I think it just popped out one of the last times we drove it. It was Mom's car, so she tore it up a little bit just because she's tough, you know. Other than that, we even got a dome light in here, the door open. I just started working. The seats are real clean. Barely even got any stains in it. Door panels, of course, it leaked a little bit, so we'll get that cleaned up. No big deal. The center console's real nice. We'll get all this stuff cleaned up. But so far, working pretty good. The engine's got good oil pressure. I think we'll be able to make a driver out of this pretty easy. So we're gonna put this thing back in the shop, let it unthaw because it's freezing up. But we'll let it unthaw a little bit and probably get back at you guys. Like I said earlier in the video, that truck over there will be getting redone. Depends on how busy me and JT get, but if you guys wanted it, I'm sure he would be cool with it. We could probably have a little bit of a video on it. I mean, that's going to be a long process and it's going to take a lot of time, so we probably won't get too carried away in it if I had to guess, because he does have his dad's Nova. He got the engine tore apart on that. He needs to get that thing tore down and get the new cam and everything like that put in it for him, the gear drive and all that stuff. So I mean, I'll probably be over there helping him whenever he gets a chance to get outside. Right now his shed don't really have heat in it besides that torpedo heater, so he's doing what he can. It's, you know, 1 and 2 degrees around here some days, and he'll probably come over here a couple times. I'll go over there a couple times, and really just depends on what you guys want to see. So I mean, this truck right here, like I said, the engine's kind of tired on it. It's got 205,000 miles on it. Original engine, original everything. So it's got a little bit of a knock. A guy used it, surprisingly, before this. All he did was haul the trash up to the end of the road with it when I bought it. So it sat for a little while, and I think that kind of wore on it, on the truck itself. But he went ahead and repainted it with his dad. He was he's probably a 40, 50-year-old guy, but he went ahead and went through the truck and everything a little bit. I mean, it's not the best paint job. I could probably bring it back. You know, like that Rupes makes everything easy. I mean, makes anybody like me that can't buff really freaking good. So I'm gonna get on this. I mean, I'm sure we could get some content on this if JT wants to, or hell, it's more so if you guys want to. Definitely give us some feedback, please. I'm hoping, like I said, the heads are at the machine shop. I already got a transmission built, so I guess the plan for this one is it's getting a 6-liter, a 2012 L96. So it's a cast block 6-liter, but it's got 823 LS3 heads on it, and the best flowing LS3 head or LS series head you can get. I got a Cletus McFarland cam going in it. It's going to be he doesn't put out the specs on it, but it's above 600 lift cam, and it's going in it. pretty good duration on it. Should sound pretty good, but this truck is gonna look exactly like this. LS powered, baby. I'm all for old school and everything like that, but these LSs, man, they just make such good power. They get good fuel mileage. But I've got all the parts for it. I'm waiting on the machine shop to get back with me on the heads. I wanted them to deck them. We're gonna get 30,000s taken off of them, probably new valves. I got springs, of course, for the cam and everything. We're gonna go through the engine. If you guys want to see us build that engine, we can definitely get some content on that. It's like I said, it's gonna have a 6L80 in it, but it's got 6L90 internals and everything like that. And they say the transmission's rated for about 800 horse, which I don't think I'll ever see that out of just an NA 6-liter, but we'll be able to do just about whatever we want. We'll be able to haul anything. We'll be able to roast the tires off. We'll be able to probably run with some pretty fast trucks too. So do just about everything with it. So if you want to see more on it, let us know. I'm sure we could get some more content for you guys. Right now it's kind of hard. I mean, we got a brand new shed, brand new baby. What can you do? Life is life. You gotta keep moving on. So we're trucking, hopefully trying to get you guys some more film, some more footage, and let us know what you think. See what we like. Appreciate it, guys.